While there are any number of iconic places that you might want to visit in California, one of the most inspiring and natural wonders of the planet is the giant redwood trees in Humboldt County in the northern part of the state. Humboldt Redwood State Park has a 32-mile stretch known as Avenue of the Giants, which holds the largest stand of redwoods in the world. This world-famous scenic drive runs along historic Highway 101, which runs parallel to the modern 101 freeway, providing access to impressive hiking trails, memorial groves, and tourist stops along the way. This is part of a collection of state and national parks that includes Redwood National Park, Prairie Creek Redwood State Park, and the Jedediah Redwood State Park, among others. There's a wide variety of amazing things to do, with campgrounds amongst the redwoods and the coast that are open most of the year. The coastal redwood, Sequoias sempervirens, exists in a narrow band along the coast that runs 500 miles from Monterey to the Oregon border. Humboldt Redwood State Park spans more than 52,000 acres and has the largest expanse of the ancient redwoods left on the planet. It is both a World Heritage Site and an International Biosphere Reserve. Redwoods are living fossils dating back 100 million years or more to the Cretaceous period and the time of the dinosaurs. Paleobiologists have discovered 160-million-year-old fossil redwoods throughout what is now North America and Canada and along the coast of both Europe and Asia. Redwoods were widespread for millions of years, but due to the planet's ice age and mountains, its range shrank to this last remaining stand. These redwood trees are a few hundred years to as much as 2,000 years in age. Coastal redwoods are the world's tallest trees, with some reaching more than 370 feet tall with diameters of 15 feet or more. Avenue of the Giants offers one of the best places to see redwoods by car, with scenic groves found just off the highway. A good place to stop along the trail is Founders Grove Nature Trail. Located just off Avenue of the Giants, this incredible redwood grove is home to some of the tallest trees in the world. Near the end of the trail loop is the fallen 362-foot Dyerville Giant. The giant tree fell in 1991 and shook the ground and was detected on seismographs. The sound of the crash was heard from miles around, with some believing that a train must have crashed. The giant now lays on the ground where you can walk in awe along its massive 2,000-year-old tree and its huge root system. Redwood National Park is found in Northern California, just south of the Oregon border along the Pacific coast. A collection of 4 state and national parks with nearly 40,000 acres of old-growth forest have been protected since the 1920s. Located in a remote area of Prairie Creek Redwood State Park, Fern Canyon is a spectacular setting along Home Creek. The narrow stream has cut a corridor with 50-foot walls that are covered with ancient species of ferns and mosses. In this wet slot canyon, each curve brings another beautiful view of lush vegetation, miniature waterfalls, and an almost unreal primeval landscape. Walking along the ancient mosses and ferns is like stepping back eons in Earth's history. 200 years ago, these forests likely covered more than 2 million acres along the coast. But after intensive logging of old-growth redwoods from 1850 to 1970, only about 80,000 acres remain, and much of that is second-growth forest that was once logged out. Threatened by decades of indiscriminate clear-cut logging, by the start of the 20th century, ancient redwoods were in danger of disappearing altogether. Just over 100 years ago, serious efforts began to conserve the remaining old-growth forests. To save these remaining forests, parks and reserves were established to protect the remaining redwoods. Starting with the Big Basin State Park in 1902, Muir Woods National Monument in 1908, the Humboldt Redwood State Park in 1921, and the Redwood National Park in 1968, these parks have preserved the remaining old-growth redwoods. In Redwood National Park, the Lady Bird Johnson Grove is one of the most popular trails, and it's located not far from the 101 highway. This short trail through the giant redwoods is an easy walk and derives its name from the former First Lady of the United States, dedicated to Lady Bird Johnson for her conservation and environmental work. Mostly second-growth Douglas fir trees with areas of old-growth redwoods. As you walk the trail, there are educational signs scattered on the path, which makes it the perfect hike for families exploring the forest. One of the best things about a road trip are some of the strange and cool roadside attractions. The Trees of Mystery is a gondola ride, an Indian museum with a gift shop with over 15,000 items. Located in the center of the Redwood National and State Parks along Highway 101 and adjacent to the Klamath River, the 49-foot Paul Bunyan and his 35-foot tall pet blue ox Babe have welcomed visitors to the Trees of Mystery since 1946. Redwood National Parks is where to go to avoid the crowds at the more popular California attractions. The redwood trees are one of the most oldest living life forms on the planet. Add to that, the serenity of walking among these giant beings is something that everyone should experience.